Yep, that's my intro. So, yeah. So I know the community is in the uproar, but I'm here to tell you that this new Intel update is not as bad as you think it is. It really isn't. It actually is way, way better. So we're going to start off. We're going to read off what's actually happening here. So the enemy rules is adjust enemy unlock pacing and difficulty. So what they did here is they simply went ahead and just changed when you can unlock the next boss. Now you need a level 135 to unlock and 7 days more from where this server that I'm on, 14 days more from when this server is on. So people want to get into these bosses too quickly by climbing up in levels, raising up their war room. It still takes days before they could drop these new bosses. And there's a specific reason for that. They simply don't want you overstocking on your resources too far ahead of the game by having some well that enter into your league, and they're constantly launching off these different assaults, and the people are joining, and oh, not even the well launching off the assaults. You launching off your own assaults, because that's how you get the actual reward. So you launch off a bunch of assaults and stocking up these resources on a level that unlocks because you reached war room number 35 and you're being so far ahead of the game. So they were thinking ahead with that by giving it days before you can get this extra stuff, just to slow down the growth of some of the wells that are on it. Not so much the growth of the people who are the light spenders and free to play, the people who I cater to, but more so to slow down the wells. So, and then it says the daily initiation limit for coordinated assaults have been removed. And when they removed it before, we only able to do 5. So they could launch unlimited amount, depending on how much intel they have, but they won't be able to just grow and level and unlock the bigger bosses and receive large amounts of the resources on each assault per time, since only the person that initiate the assault actually gets the reward outside of the contribution points towards the store. Initiating a coordinated assault now costs 40 intel points. Failed assaults don't consume intel points. Reward improvement, which is the big portion of what my conversation is going to be about, and that's reward improvement. I tell you, this update makes the anti-crime network irrelevant. It makes it irrelevant. Any portion of doing anything out other than that will get you more than what you would get from the anti-crime network. Anti-crime network will just simply be a simple way of getting a bunch of one particular resource at one time, but it'll cost you what you can get if you don't use it at all. So I'll go to what I'm referring to and what they're talking about by the extra resources. So the Energy Goblin, and this is a new server, so it's on lower levels. So you'll see, for an example, that you're getting here 500,000 cash, 20,000 alloy. No matter what boss you get, you're going to get 100 contribution, lead contribution points, 20,000 chips, 100,000 XP, and 20,000 stimulator. And as you go up, these things change. 26,000 stimulator. That's going to be the same thing for the alloys and whatever. It continues to go up. 30,000 alloy stimulator, 34,000. It continues to go up per boss all the way to, I believe it's 620 is the highest, which you get 60,000 alloy, 1.5 million in money, which most people do not worry about in this game because that seems to be of plenty inside this game. Go look at the rest of the stuff on the top level, as much as 60,000 chips, 300,000 XP, 60,000 stimulators. So that makes the assault with the 40 intel points you're spending well worth it. You're not going to be getting that with 40 intel points in the anti-crime. You're not going to be getting this amount. Is it possible? Yes. When you get to certain levels of anti-crime, they give you a lot. I'll give you some example. When you get to certain levels, you can see, for instance, when you get to a level, let's just pick a number, 22,000 on level 15. You can max it all the way out. 47, 42,000 on the last level, which is 47. The difference is you'll be getting these high levels of all these different resources. That's what the difference is. It makes the anti-crime network irrelevant, not just in regards to the coordinated assaults, but also in regards to helping league members and doing your own on task. And we'll get to that in a second. So, joining coordinator assaults initiated by other players grant rewards without consuming intel points. Rewards are unavailable after 40 participants per day. Previously, it was only 30. So previously, you were able to get 900 league contribution points. Now you're able to get up to 1,200 league contribution points per day from joining other people. But joining, you will only get the league contribution points as it was before. And then lastly, in this area, the holiday event that's going on, the Infinite Holiday event that's going on currently, which is great for us. We have Supreme Commander going on, and day 3 will be here tomorrow or tonight. And for each, the initiator of a coordinator assault is guaranteed to receive a holiday card upon defeating the Dark Legion. That word guaranteed is a prize for us. The next part we'll cover real quick. The completing a crisis task now costs intel points. 5 points for your own task, 2 points when you help in league members. Points are refunded if the task fails or is canceled. We'll cover that in 1 second. Lastly, and this isn't lastly, there's one other part after this. The highest tier activity chest now grants an extra 80 intel points when you reach 100 activities every day. And then lastly, the raid feature for Anti-Crime Network levels now unlock at War Room level 12. If you're unfamiliar, doing one of the heroes, when you see a hero face there, that is helping other people. As you see, it says Khan's task. Doing one of those is helping someone else. And that costs 2 energies, 2 intel points to be able to do. And as you can see, it says the rewards here is 1,400 chips, 1,400 alloys. So anytime you help someone, you'll be getting 1,440 for 2 intel points. Now, if you do 10, which costs you 20 intel points, that'll be the equivalent of 14,400 of the alloys, of the chips, of the stimulators. And then, the corresponding number that'd be for the XP. You know what I mean? So that's a lot for 2 intel points. Previously, you could not spend 2 intel points inside the anti-crime network. That's a lot. And if you run 40, which is the course of running a boss, that's 28,800 of the alloys, intel, stimulators. That's a lot. That's a lot, especially on these low levels. That is a lot, and it's incredible. Then when you go to each of your own tasks or different colors have different amount. For the blue ones, we'll cover the numbers just on the blue. On the common, or it's not even common. These I forgot what they're called, but on this level, 5,400 chips, alloys, stimulator. Just running 2, which is 10 intel points, becomes 10,800 of these. And if you run 20 intel points, it becomes 21,600. It's a lot of resources, and it's of each of these resources. And then, the money and the experience come with its own numbers. And then on top of that, you'll be getting the 12 people towards building up your town. So you see that this makes the anti-crime network irrelevant. You no longer even need that area of the game. Unless you're just running out of time and you want to go ahead and get a large number of maybe stimulators real quick, and you don't have the time to wait the 5 minutes for the patrol or the 10 minutes, 15 seconds, for the helping other people, and you want to hurry up and just get this stuff right now, then you can go to the anti-crime network, pick just stimulators and spam. And you got a bunch of stimulator points. Me, I will never use the anti-crime network again. Never again. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it at all. And we know that the Intel network replenishes at 6 minutes, and you get 1 every 6 minutes. So it does take quite a while to replenish itself in full. So those who are buying the legacy, they're going to benefit a lot from this update, of a lot. And every day you'll be able to get a lot of extra resources if you're free to play or low spender, just from simply going and either deciding to go to your world map and help players, or if you want to go ahead and do your own personal tasks. My problem with this update when it first came out, what I was worried, the armory is the hardest building to upgrade because you have to craft gear in order to upgrade it. So I was worried that by changing these points, that it was going to be hard to be able to get enough alloy to continuously craft gear to be able to upgrade the armory, and that's just not the case. I'm gonna be getting it more. When you get to the higher levels, it's a little harder to accumulate enough stimulators to upgrade heroes, and the XP, it slows down, especially if you're a spender, unless you're gonna constantly spend on XP, constantly spend on stimulator. Most of us who are low spenders, or just to the mid, I consider myself mid. You get to a point when you get in the 300s, 400, maybe 420 of the level of the hero, where you can't upgrade all 5 heroes when as soon as your war room reach level 32, 33. You got to wait to get enough stimulators, wait to get enough XP. This will help with that. This will help with that. You have a continuous way to get stimulators and XP that's different from before. It's different from before. And you don't have to wait till you get 20 intel points to be able to go ahead and now be able to get some more stimulators, and you're getting in good numbers. There's also the battles. The battles, look at this. The battles cost 5. The battles cost 5. They're immediate. You're gonna get just the XP and the money from them. These I would not waste my time on. These I would not really waste my time on, because the only real benefit out of the battles are just getting the civilians. It's only real benefit. You're getting some okay points, but for the 5 intel points that you're gonna get with that, is, to me, it's just not worth it. If they was giving you some more than that, then I would possibly do that. But to me, it's not worth it. It's probably still better than the anti-crime network, though. It's probably still better than the anti-crime network. So the anti-crime network becomes irrelevant to me now, and doing battles becomes irrelevant to me. You want to focus on helping others and doing your own personal tasks and launching as many of the assaults as possible. So that's my video. That's my take on this matter. I know the whole community was in an uproar. Shout out to Zorro. Zorro hit me up, was like, yo, I think it'd be good if you do a video on this. My focus is mostly just on free to play and low spenders. But this is something that everyone in the community is talking about. Everyone's mad about, and I don't think everyone sees the benefit in it. I do. If you have a different take, I would appreciate hearing it in the comments. I would appreciate hearing it in the comment. Maybe something I didn't consider. I have no problem doing an update video on this subject, saying how I was wrong, saying how it was bad, or saying some things that I missed that's even of more benefit. So that's my take on this. The anti-crime network. Let me see if I missed anything. Defeating Dark Legion. I love the unlimitedness of the defeat the Dark Legion. I love that. I always hated that it was only at 5. The one thing I didn't like was getting 100 contribution for launching Dark Legion. It will take you much longer to get more of the league contribution, league points from, because it's just, you only have 120 at your max unless you have intel points in your stash. And what's that, 4, 8, 12? That's only 3 Dark Legion launches, which means you'll probably be able to only get about 5 to 6 a day if you're free to play. And that's only going to be about 5 to 600. And, you could get 1,200. So you're probably going to be at around 1,800, whereas before you were around 1,900 per day. But you have the potential, if you're a spender and you're able to get more of the intel refreshes, to be able to launch more and get more of the league contribution points. The only problem with it is that now if you're choosing to do tasks rather than launch your Dark Legion, you won't be getting any league contribution points to be able to go to the store. And to me, the league store is one of the most valuable places on this game. So thanks for watching my video. You guys, thanks. I hope you have already, but if you haven't, like and subscribe.